So we're back, it's 2023, the end of December. Merry Christmas to you all, and we are going to probably do our most controversial video of 2023. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. It looks so good from the top. They've got everything about this iron is good. Now, it's Christmas time, we're feeling in that festive mood, but I think this is probably going to be our most controversial video to date. Why? Because it's the best iron for the low handicapper. And we know in the golf world that low handicappers have the biggest opinions. So my top three is definitely not going to match with a lot of other people. So here we go. In third place, for 2023, best low handicap iron, 1 to 8 handicapper, is the Trixon ZX7. It's an iron that we only actually put into our fitting studio back in around July time, around the Open. Chris announced this, that we would be building and fitting Trixon golf clubs at the Open on the tour truck, which was great. But this iron, you know, we haven't actually had Trixon in the build center, in the custom fit studios before, and this all the range has been good, but the ZX7 has been an absolute sensational, such a good iron for that low handicapper. Great looking product, incredible feeling product. It's so soft, the performance off of it in terms of ball speed, and more importantly, the price. You know, Trixon price their irons incredibly competitively. So for it to jump for me into the top 3 early doors has been, well, it's been brilliant. It's absolutely been brilliant. And it's one of those irons that just would look, you know, it looks great in the bag, doesn't it? So number 3 for the best low handicap iron is the Trixon ZX7. Now, where am I going next? Now this one has been out a while, but the Mauna MP2 just so good, just so good. We have not been able to keep this iron in the build center in stock long enough. It's just every time we have stock of it, it disappears. Our fitters love it. It's a forged iron, it feels great off the face, it looks great. It's a classic Mizuno. It's the best of their range in my opinion in the middle. You know, 225 is a super product, and Mizuno will tell you that that product is their best selling iron in Europe. However, for us, we've seen 223, and that might be a price thing. 225 is a very, very expensive iron. 223, however, looks great, performs great. Everything about it is classic, and if you're a single figure handicapper that is looking for that quality in the iron, then 223, there is nothing better in my opinion. Now, where does number 1 spot go? Now this is a late runner. This one has come out of the blocks fast. I don't think you'd be surprised if I told you that I think the number 1 iron for me for the low handicappers would be the Titleist T150. I mean, what an incredible story, what an incredible iron. Titleist don't often take risks. They like to stay in their lane, do their thing, but I tell you what, they have come out of the blocks fighting with this one. T150 is an absolute winner. So good. Everything about it, it feels powerful off the face, it feels soft, so forged face, so it feels soft when it comes off of there. The look is superb. I think there's a lot of single figure handicap golfers that in essence have loved having the feel of that kind of bladey, smaller head, but in something that is really, really, really forgiving as well. So T150, number 1 for me. Let's get back in that Trackman bay one last time for 2023 and put these 3 babies to the test. So back in Trackman bay, I've got the Trixon, our number 3, Trixon ZX7. Now, I mean, from the back of that iron, just look how good that iron looks. Just clean, classic. Do you know what? No fuss, I think would be the answer for Trixon. It's one of those irons that I wish we would have put in the bay earlier. I think having that great relationship with them now, where we can build with them and work with them in our build team, and weirdly, I don't think he'd mind me saying it, Rob, our build manager, has openly said to me that Trixon are his favourite irons to build. Don't ask me why, maybe it's because it's the easiest and the simplest, but you know, he definitely loves building these up. It just looks brilliant, doesn't it? Just looks, numbers have been great off of it, even when you tow it like that. I mean, I think if we're going to do New Year's resolutions, I think golf lessons should be in mind for sure. We haven't really struck in. You can see why it would be a popular iron, right? It's just classic from the top. It is always a little bit thicker. I think it is a little bit thicker on the top edge. I know we've had comments in the past that it's not, but it just gives me that view from here. But just feels super powerful, even though I can't find the face. So that was our number 3. Our number 2, the Mizuno 223. I've always got an affinity to Mizuno. My first ever, when I first turned pro, I was a Mizuno player. Loved the irons, loved the brand. But this iron, I tell you what, has been brilliant. Just hear that. I mean, there is no better iron, even when you hit it as bad as I hit it there. There is no better iron off of the face, in my opinion. They just, every year they just come out with an iron that just feels incredible. So Trixon ZX7 does continue into 2024. Trixon aren't changing that iron, so that's a great one for you to have a play with. 223, however, bless it, is coming to its end of its life cycle. So Mizuno will be launching out their new range in around February time. You may have seen some pictures of it already, but they will be releasing it in February, and I don't think it's going to be too far off. 223, you know, they don't need to do a lot to that iron. They'll just give it a little bit of a ramp up, and I'm sure there'll be some tech speak to go with it when we review it. But you know, every time you're going to get the equivalent of this iron or the equivalent, it's just going to be superb. So any Mizuno product is going to be excellent. So overall, had to sit in our number 2. Is it swan song as it leaves the stage in 2023? It had to be there, didn't it, for a good player's iron? I mean, how good does that sound? I've nutted that as well. Right, number 1. Oh, Titleist T150. I tell you what, this year we were told about this iron back in July time, I think early July, and it was one of those, we hadn't seen it, but we were told it was coming. We told something different was coming from Titleist. Danny, our Titleist rep, has done a fantastic job training our staff this year, making sure the guys have had a fantastic experience. I mean, our Milton Keynes store isn't too far away from Woburn, so where the Titleist TPI centre is. So some of the guys have headed over there for the training, not on this particular iron, but on all the range. But this is the iron that I think has created the most stir. You can combo it, but it looks so good from the top. They've got everything about this iron is good. It's just, you know, it's good. Top edge looks good, frames the golf ball brilliantly. The feel is just so good. The power in it, that's the bit that worries me most with this iron, that even for that low handicap golfer that maybe doesn't always need extra power, you just feel like you've got it at your fingertips with this iron. Sounds so critical, isn't it? You know, when you look at low handicap, it's the sound of the face the feedback you get is so critical, and I think T150 has just hit the nail on the head with it. And there you have it. So we'll bring up there, all right, it's wide, so maybe I should go into the mid handicap irons that we spoke to, but I love the fact that you can combo T150. The overall spread of those irons you can see isn't too dissimilar. It's going to be down to who hits them, we know that, but I think we've got a really good blend of product there. But T150 overall has been a sensational product. It carries on in 2024. Titleists don't change their irons very often, but when they do, they've done an absolute beauty of a job with this one. So, hey, it's going to be interesting to see how 2024 pans out. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you are a low handicap golfer, and as much as we don't like necessarily putting you into those handicap brackets, I think sometimes guys will search for that on YouTube and on Google and looking for that little bit of advice and help, and it's easier to do it based on their handicap rather than ball speed or whatnot. But we don't really fit to handicap. We fit to ball speeds, we fit to club head speeds, we fit to club dynamics and ball dynamics. So it is difficult for us. It's not something we would do, but we did it. You know, it's good to do a review like this. You've got your top three there. Trixon ZX7 in third place, your Mizuno 223 in second place, and the winner this year for me in the single figure handicap range is the Titleist T150. A brilliant product. Hope you enjoy that, guys. Have a great Christmas. Thanks for watching this year. We've really enjoyed it. We've got some great content coming next year, so please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.